if anybody's gonna be the face of this, the only one it can be is actually Tectone, because for the longest time, not. Alright, go ahead. Why not?
Because it's not a leader. There should be multiple leaders. Because if it's one sole person, anyone's human.
No,
Here's the thing,
B-Mal, is that you say you don't just want it to be Tectone that's the face. You want it to be multiple faces. The problem is that there can't be multiple faces.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any of these content creators are not allowed to partake in that type of...
No, worse than that. It goes beyond. If I look at my Genshin Impact or Star Rail icon right now, I see one face.
Yeah.
That's the mascot. That's the face, whether you like it or not. Right? So like the face of this all is Tectone.
No, Tectone is one of the very few, probably one of the only large content creators surrounding this guy.
No, he's the only one. He's the only one plus Mtash. Two.
No, I agree.
That actively criticizes the game on map. He always does it. Freedom. He does that all the time. Yeah. A lot of these other content creators, they can't do that because they either lose their literal living, like they'll lose their contract and stuff like that, or they'll be blacklisted from like places. Like that literally happens in the community. They get blacklisted.
Yes.
Like we've heard this has been going on. So like they have things to lose. The only person who doesn't have anything to lose is Tectone.
All right, but being tout, do you think that it's a good thing though that Tectone is kind of the face of this movement?
Yes.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna interject here. A lot of people in chat saying, "Oh, I don't like Tectone, I don't like Tectone." Whatever they think about that, I think Tectone's an interesting guy. I don't agree with all of his points, but he is entertaining to watch. You can't argue about that. He does get views, okay? But the issue is people are saying, "I don't agree with."
I'm sorry. That is a very, very understatement.
Okay, well, I'm not trying to.
Bro is smart. Bro is very, very smart. He's actually one of the smartest individuals I've ever
I'm not
seen.
saying he's not successful. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying
it's not about success. I'm saying smart.
Yeah, I'm just saying if someone's success, they know what they're successful. They tend.
There's a lot of successful people, but not all of them smart. I can have an OnlyFans and be successful.
Okay, fair enough.
Success is way different. Being smart and knowing exactly how to pivot things.
Yes. No. Listen. I get that. But this is not a Tectone glazing session, whatever you believe, all right? Because this is a bit more important. The issue is, like people are saying, I will never agree with Tectone. Tectone, yes, he's smart, but how does he communicate? Not very good. He is smart, but his communication methods sometimes cannot be, viable.
Yeah, 100%. I can agree with that.
Yeah, he's a smart guy, but sometimes everyone is different, and it's difficult because he says what he wants, from straight from within. I don't think that's a bad thing. He's straight to the point. Yeah. He bears whatever he has inside. But at the same time, his communication style isn't ideal. And it becomes too personal sometimes. So you can't just be like, oh, he's smart, so therefore he has to do that.
Here's my just personal opinion on him. And I'll just leave it as that. Like when talking about him. Tectone is clearly a very honest, straightforward, and usually aggressive person when it comes to his opinions and his takes.
Yes. And
the thing about it is that he's like a mixed bag, right? Like, sometimes he's in the right, sometimes he's in the wrong. I would say that, like there's some dramas he was in the wrong. Like, I wasn't there for the Jinx and Tuner drama.
Yeah,
but apparently he was in the wrong for that. I wasn't there for that, but apparently he was in the wrong for that. And the drama that he had with Soul, I really do think that he was really, like, when he came off towards Flip like that, and then he did that to Soul, accused him of these things.
Hold on now. Well, hold on.
He's just. I think we're gonna
go down this rabbit hole, please. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Is this distracts away from what we're trying to do?
Okay. No, I agree.
I agree with that. But the problem with Tectone drama is like who took the first punch, and you cannot expect.
I'm gonna cut the Tectone talk at this point. We are talking way too much about Tectone. No, I don't want to end up on a Tectone live stream, okay? I don't want this to be a clip to send there. We have more important things to discuss as much.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because Tectone lore is too deep. We're going to keep yapping for hours, alright? That's not why we're here today.
I feel like that's actually part of the movement of it. That's basically.
I'm not saying it's not a part.
Whether you like it or not.
I'm not gonna say it's not a part.
But it is. It is because like he's like the biggest face of it all.
I don't know.
We cannot go down the fact where the biggest face is being challenged.
But the priority of the boycott can't be cleaning up his image.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but see, the problem is the boycott
I'm gonna pause. If we put the boycott on Tectone as a leader, half the people are going to just straight up say no, because I have a very visceral response to Tectone. I don't care why, not my business, I have no issues, a lot of people don't, but they're never gonna change their opinion. So therefore you're losing 50% of people that would potentially listen. So that's why you cannot have one person as a leader. People should share one voice, one opinion, and then spread that across. So you can't just hate it because VMAL said it, hate it because V said it, hate it because Tectone. Everyone as a community is saying one thing. So therefore, if you apply to one man, you're already losing that, because it's become about a person, not about a community, not about viewers. It's become about a dude. It should be about the people watching this, like the 136 people. It should be about them, not Tectone. It should be about...
Like I said earlier, you want to know why I gave the example with the icon? Because you see Marsh 7th in Hawkeye Star Rail, but I don't give a damn about Hawkeye Star Rail having Marsh there. I don't care about Marsh. I care about Kafka, Black Swan, all these other characters in the game.
Well, you don't care about Marsh, bro. She's precious, bro. I mean, bro, I like
choose Elon or Marsh.
Okay, fine. You could just have a logo for Boycott then. Very simple solution to that. We can make a logo and spread that.
See, the issue with that, whether we like it or not, as a species, that's just how we operate. We look for leadership. That's why there's kings. That's why there's presidents.
Yeah, I'm saying having multiple leaders. Don't pin it on one dude, unfortunately.
You can't. There's one president. There's the vice president for when that president is busy.
Yeah, but this is not.
You need to always have one face.
This is not a democracy, yeah. Now, if you think about it, if you think about boycotts, people have boycotted Coca-Cola in the past. I think about the Coca-Cola boycott. I don't think the man running the message. It's about the message spread by the community. Boycotts only work because a group of people who don't have a voice come together and start yapping so the companies listen. It's about the smaller people sharing the same thing. If we just relied on a bigger dude to spread the message, I mean, I don't know Tectone, he can go haywire one day and start yapping about some random stuff. I'm not saying he will or what. Okay. You have to rely on the community saying it. You don't, like, all the boycotts I've ever remembered, I don't think who ran them. I think about the message. It's about the messaging and not the person. The leaders are only there to remind people.
The dilemma that we're having right now is that BMAL wants there to be multiple faces for this boycott to really spread the news far and wide.
Not faces. I want multiple people to remind people, hold people accountable. Like, it should be like when people are veering too much to the left, it'd be like, okay, remember guys, let's try to do this. It shouldn't be, this is my boycott, this is what I'm doing. It should be, as a group, let's hold each other accountable and have quite a few people doing that. Because having one person, I think, is a bit of a silly idea.
And you want those people to be these higher content creators in this sphere, right?
It would be better if you can move up and go to the higher creators. But it should not be attached to one person as a whole. It should be, I'm taking the message, not I'm taking, this boycott has Tectone's face, so therefore I don't like it. It should be, this is the message, and I as a creator have decided I want to spread this message. It shouldn't be, it should be that way. It should be that relationship. Message first, person saying it second. Not person saying it, message second.
Somebody in the chat just asked, but who is big enough and non-controversial to help spread this message?
No one. It needs everyone to share the message. Close your eyes and imagine if somehow, with the big 7 Genshin creators just made a video, I'm not playing Genshin for a week. It wouldn't, you need everyone to do a tiny bit, everyone to do their part. So it's not about the specifics, it's about having more and more people say the same thing, and it has a chain reaction like that. At the moment, we have a lot of small creators, all 5 of us kind of agree on the same ideas here. Now we move that to the next wave, someone with like 50, 100k, and then 1 million. I don't think it's specific people, it's just we gotta keep pushing the same thing. If we're already at 8%, let's push that to 10% sharing the message. That's my philosophy, not people. I need Doro, I need no. It should be, let's get more people, alright? And a very simple message. Review. Let's not talk about who should be the face. Let's talk about getting the message to more people. And the way we do that, we use content creators as a vehicle for change. And they should be held accountable as well. Like, just remind people, put people, that's it. They need to talk to their audience and say, how about we don't spend this time?
I really do agree with you on that sentiment. Like, trust me, I do. But, like, the only problem is that a lot of these people can't do that. Like, especially, like, you know, they got contracts, they're getting money. I mean,
that's a topic on its own.
It is a topic on its own, but hot take, I am sorry, you will still live. Like, dude, you can make other content. Like, you can make content top 10 plus 1 lakes in Genshin. I have so much content about not pushing people to buy new stuff. You can talk about retrospective, lore videos. I'm sorry, I'm working on a massive video right now. I am not pushing content that came out. I missed all of that stuff. I am working on a different game that has Genshin content inside. They're being lazy. They don't want to talk about it because it's easy for them. If I just blindfold my eyes and say I want to keep yapping about it, they will get more money, more views. They don't care. It's not a big deal for them until the mass amount of people...
I literally have what you're saying on the script. I totally agree.
Exactly. And they're just being stupid. All right, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm getting a bit emotional. I gotta chill out.
Yeah, that is too much. That is too far.
I chill out. But personally, if I was
can't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying people can make other content. Another thing, all right? Here's a fact that I know why it's working. It's working. It was working. I say was because we got massively derailed thanks to a whole bunch of drama. I'm not going to yap about that for now. Listen, people will come into other people's videos saying, why are people attacking me saying, why am I playing the game? That means that the common person playing Genshin, enough people were like saying to their sentiment, to their creators, why am I getting attacked? Obviously attacked is not good, but clearly the message was going out there to people to make responses on Twitter. So clearly the message is going there. And then content creators like, why am I getting attacked? I didn't do anything wrong. I don't think, obviously, don't be hostile about it, but people, the message was getting there. And all they need to do is not be defensive and say, hey, how about for 7 days we talk about some Genshin lore, talk about some cool techniques I want to see in Genshin, some cool characters, well, anything. Just be creative. That's all it is. Don't be on the back foot and get defensive about it, because they can still satisfy their sponsors. They can still make an agreement. I don't know if it's written in their terms they need to make this many sales through to their referral link or talk about the
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think I'm actually gonna start cooking up like a Genshin racism tier list. Like,
go for it. You have my approval, bro.
Racism? Wait. Racism? Why? Eula? Why?
No, not Eula, but just like every character. How racist is each character mathematically in the game?
Sparkle was high tier.
There's no mathematical racism formula.
You can make it up.
Statistically, how racist would they be? How racist?
I'm saying don't use words like mathematically. You're just gonna make a fool of yourself.
I think that's what he's going for. I think
you're gonna do a social analysis. It's a social analysis from my perspective.
Obviously, you haven't met Tao. Obviously, you haven't met Tao, dude.
All right, yeah. The packaging this message comes in is very important, which is why, again, I said Tectone
100%.
the most ideal thing with such a sensitive topic.
100%. But see, that actually goes back to even politics. I would give you an example for that. Okay, so like I said earlier, he's the image. That's a fact, because like he's been doing this for the longest time, and what's it called? He has a bigger platform when it comes to this and bigger voice, and plus Tectone is more mainstream. Yes. And I would argue that the why this drama was so interesting to me, it kind of confirmed my theory of Genshin is no longer just a game. Genshin is a trend. Genshin is a movement. Genshin is now like some form of, if you type Genshin Urban Dictionary, what is Genshin? It's like Coomers. It's like incels. That's what Genshin means.
I wouldn't go down that route, but yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's dangerous.
Yeah, go on.
That's very dangerous, right? So like, it's more so a trend. It tells me that it's a trend. Okay, so we're transcended video games. And we wouldn't be talking right now if it wasn't for this video game. Video games are incredible intermediaries. What I'm noticing right now, because I grew up with video games, what I'm noticing that something as big as this is it can become a trend. That's scary. So like, okay, if it's a good trend, if it's something that's gonna really bring people together, like the Darman video try to do, what kind of female region again stuff is that would be good. But it's not. It's making you like, oh, just get away from your problems. You don't do drugs, kids, but here, do this form of drugs. Like, gambling is definitely not a drug, right? Using your mom's credit card for micro spending for thousands of dollars is definitely not a drug. So it's like, okay, Tectone is the face of this, is a fact. And what I'm saying with that is this: if I'm gonna attack whatever movement, I gotta go for the head. And once the head is gone, that's like military strategy. Take the head out.
Yeah, but that's the exact reason why.
There's so much chaos. You've done so much damage to the movement.
Why I think it's a bad idea. Because you attach it to a head.
Exactly.
That's it. It's a double-edged sword.
Be a Hydra. When you cut one head, two spawn in its place.
Yep.
But for that to happen, that head needs to be cut first. For a Hydra to have multiple heads, it needs to multiply. For that it needs to be defeated.
Be born with multiple heads or grow multiple heads slowly. I don't think we have to go in that order where you go one downwards.
I feel like MTash and Tech are. It's just that Tech is
how are we going? Okay. At the end of the day, how are we going to get Tectone on this podcast and be like, oh yes, he probably doesn't want anything to do with Genshin. All right, he's been burned by the.
If you want.
I mean, you can try, but the guy's been.
I'll just DM him. He'll respond to me. We go back from since like 1967.
Yeah. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I mean, I also do feel bad for Tectone because he's been burned by the community, whatever, right or wrong. I don't don't think he wants to be constantly involved.
You can excuse the aggression then. You can excuse the aggression then.
But you can't just excuse the aggression, because imagine the person wanted to join or learn more about this and they're like put off because Tectone is screaming at people and being just, not spreading the message in what I would say in a more viable option. So I don't think, I don't know, it's usual conversation. I don't think
it's difficult to do that when you're attacked in your personal life. I would say don't ask for people more than what they can do. Understand people's limitations. People are human in the end of the day.
So
content creators seem like these invincible guys, but they're not.
So you want Tectone to put everything aside and start shouting Boycott Genshin again. He did it like a month ago because it was trending, and then obviously he stopped doing it because he's not interested anymore. I don't think he should be interested. I don't think we should push it. Hey, Tectone, get over here and stop.
Hold on. So it's not just Boycott Genshin. Like I don't care what it's named. The matter of the fact of the matter is we're talking about the negative sides of the game and fix them. Fix whatever's
obviously that's a boycott because when someone
I don't care about its name. Just call it Genshin Movement or Genshin Anger. I don't care.
I say Genshin Boycott because it's a very emotive word, and then once you know that, you say the three.
No one cares. Let's face it. No one really cares.
No, I think listen. Again, the whole 7 steps to have a boycott. One important thing is the message. The message has to be concise, straightforward, and something that could be spread. When you hear Boycott Genshin, you can automatically hear the 3 things or whatever I talk about, and that is because of the backstory. You make it concise, you make it repeatable, and people will know. So I agree. But I think changing the name or not caring about the name, I think it is. Boycott Genshin is the movement. When people say it is the movement, when other content creators talk about it, say, Boycott Genshin movement. They say the word movement. And then they like, okay, makes sense. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
I was actually responding to the negative feel of the community. That's what I was really responding to. Not more so the name, but more so like just you're worried that the negative sentiment will not stay. I disagree. As long as everybody in their own way is saying, I don't agree with what Hoyoverse is doing when it comes to Genshin, it's fine. Like it doesn't have to have a name. Like it's okay. That's what I'm saying.
Said I was talking
but yes, a name is good. As you point out, yes, I agree with that.
I hate to interrupt, but I actually have to go. I have a car appointment. I didn't think this would go.
Oh, no, neither did I. It kind of lasted a bit long. Yeah. Sorry about that. Thank you for coming on. It was great having you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
No, it's good stuff. All right, take care.
I'm black.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
I think the big reason as to why a lot of people don't like Tectone is because it's because they're just pretty soft, to be honest. Like, they don't like how aggressive he is. They don't like how straightforward he is. He does.
Yes.
Like, they don't like his attitude, but like these people, like, they're very soft in a way as to where it's like they take anything that he says and they make it out as to him being like negative and stuff like that.
Okay.
And, like he's just telling it how it is.
Yes, the whole Tectone, whatever, people being a bit soft. 1000% people are a bit soft on the internet, but I don't think we need to be shouting about it. Like, it's fine, but what are we gonna do? Are we gonna try to fix everyone's perception and make toughen out 1 million people?
Even in the chat, like, you can see that it's a thing. Small of a community that we have, but like, it's still big enough that people actually chatted about it.
Yeah, they do.
Well, people are talking about like, if it's Tectone, then no, or like something. Yeah, exactly. No, that we gotta tackle that, whether you're like, he matters for this movement.
He does matter, but what are we going to do? Change 10 million's view of one man, or get more people to talk about the message? One is harder than the other, okay? And so people will never like Tectone, and it's not a big deal. It's just how it is. I think this is tackling the problem in an extremely inefficient way.
I know exactly what to do. So all we have to do right now is that we put a picture of Eula's buttocks on screen. We attract Tectone into the live stream.
We attract Tectone here. Wow.
Yeah, and then we ship him hair growth gel. He uses the gel, he gets hair, he looks handsome, now everybody likes him again. It's so easy, it's so free.
Okay, now, I agree with you, that is absolutely hilarious, but we gotta think about our fight. We're fighting, people have limited energy, okay? That's just a rule of life. Now, do you want to spend people's energy on trying to change the perception of one man running a movement to say, hey, Tectone's a pretty cool guy? People aren't going to do like Boycott Genshin, and then, first of all, I don't even know if Tectone even wants to even be associated with the whole Boycott Genshin or whatever, talk about these ideas, because he has his own life, he has other games he wants to play. It's like, you got to pick your battles. You can't do all of them. I think that's the first stance. I mean, I think Boycott Genshin and try to get everyone to like Tectone, it's going to take a lot of hard work to get people's opinions.
We're not trying to make them like him. We're just trying to make them understand. I think that's a too extreme take.
Yes, but here how it is.
That's too much.
Okay, let me explain. So if you have one person, just Tectone saying the movement, then people are going to, Tectone say it, I don't like it. However, if already 9 people, 20 people say it, and then Tectone says it, then
Bro,
like,
people will paint you in a bad light no matter what you do or who you take. You can have a prophet doing the boycott, and like people will find issues and people will complain.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Thing, especially with leadership.
I'm not disagreeing with that. But I'm saying the way to go about this is to get the message out there, get more people talking about it, and then if you really care about this whole Tectone stuff, then add Tectone. Therefore, the message is separate for him. It's more like Tectone is now saying this instead of Tectone said this first.
I think Tectone is in the boycott since he made the Chinese translation video. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying
he is, whether we like it or not. Yeah. He is, and he is the face of it all.
I am not saying he's not the face or anything.
Yeah, but V, like, I don't think that these people, like V, like, the thing is that, like, because these people already don't like him, they're not gonna try to understand it.
Yes.
That's the problem.
I think you can't get all the battles. You gotta pick the battles and be smart about it. That's what I mean. That's how I feel. And I think if you go about it the inverse way, getting people to follow, and then even if Tectone says it, it's like a +1. Even if he has that biggest voice, then technically 50 people have already said it, and Tectone. When Tectone said it, and he was very vocal about it, I understand why people would be like, I heard, even though it was a perfectly sound logic, perfectly sound reasoning, but just because Tectone said it, that's negative. And I don't think we need to ship Tectone on the front and then do it. I think that's a bad order of business.
That's not a bad take. That's not if bro can actually clean up the way he does things when it comes to this part specifically. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. Did you guys see his for China video?
Yeah, I had a quick glance.
Yeah, like did that not feel like out of character?
Alright, I'm back.
Alright.
Yeah, welcome back.
Still yapping about.
Did you guys feel like that was out of? Did you guys not feel like that was out of character?
I don't know why we're still talking about Tectone. I can't lie.
No, we're talking about it. Like I said earlier, it's because whether you like it or not, he's the face of this. Whether you like it or not.
Is he the face? I don't know. I don't think he should be the face.
He is.
We should have more.
I mean, you don't think he should, but that's just the way it is.
I don't think he should.
He is.
Yeah. Okay. So like, if a prince is born, he's gonna be the king, whether you like it or not.
Alright, that's fine. No, that's fine. That's
some leaders you don't get to choose. Some leaders are appointed, and that's who the people choose.
I'm just saying
follow,
is that
like
at the end of the day, listen, we've been yapping about Tectone for a while. I can see everyone in chat is like, why are we still talking about Tectone? And I think at the end of the day, this is a Genshin issue, not a Tectone issue. So if we were to have a conversation about Tectone, it should be a separate issue. I don't think we should be wasting people's attention talking about something they don't care about. Because they care about Genshin. They came here to talk about Genshin, not talk about Tectone.
Alright.
That's how I...
Listen, in the chat popping out saying, can we stop talking about it?
Alright, let's go.
I'm just saying.
I was responding.
Yeah, no, I just think it's I think we've all said what we need to say.